Welcome to TPR Live. I'm Nathan Cohn, and we're here with the San Antonio Quartet Vintage Pictures, who've been a part of the scene here in San Antonio for 1 year now. And over the next half hour, we're going to enjoy some of their music and get to know the guys in the band a little bit more. They have a new EP coming out next week on August 16th at Brick at Blue Star. It's called I Need You, their new EP here. And welcome, Vintage Pictures. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much for having us, man.
Good. Well, I want to start. I can't wait to hear some of your music, so we'll get to that real quick. But I do want to start with your name, Vintage Pictures, because when I Google Vintage Pictures San Antonio, I get a lot of shots of Hemisphere 68 and the Alamo and stuff. So where do your vintage pictures come from?
So we have we grew up, me and my brother over here on the drums, we grew up on, south side of San Antonio. And really, we grew up in a very old school kind of, household. So vintage pictures like snapshots of our life that's happened, throughout the years, whether that be experiences or, just different things like that, different parts of our life. So that's really where that comes from. And, we really enjoy it.
And so, again, just to play off that, your vintage pictures here, because you guys are young guys, so your vintage pictures are like 1990s.
Yeah.
Because you're in we have two of y'all still in high school. One just graduated, one coming into high school. We have, let's see here, JJ, who's a freshman, right? Yeah. And Erik, who is senior at O'Connor, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And then Christian, who just graduated.
Yeah,
and Gabe, who's also a senior at O'Connor as well. So y'all had all met as part. Well, we got a brother here, so obviously,
we know each other. We go way back.
So let me ask, how did JJ have to convince you to let him into the group? Him being your little brother, right?
No, I've always been in music. I've always done things by myself. I've always played the guitar and stuff like that. I was in band, and one day I did an open mic one time at school. And my mom was like, man, it'd be cool if you had JJ in and that. And JJ was like, yeah, man, I really want to do that. That'd be cool. We're like, okay, cool. So we got him a drum set, and he came into the group, and
Mom suggested it.
Suggested it.
Well, it was a good suggestion.
Yeah,
yeah. Mom is always right. Yeah,
that's very true.
Okay. Yeah, Mom is here in the background, sitting nodding, of course. Yeah. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Well, let's hear your first tune, which is "I Need You" from your EP, right?
The self-titled track. It's called "I Need You." Dear love unknown, I have written to you before. I'd want you to know that my love is all yours. Darling, I'm yours. And I'd fall down on my knees, beg and plead. I need you. I need you. Oh, 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 oh. Dear love unknown, I hope you're excited as I am. You've left a scar on my heart, and I don't even know who you are. shout, and I'd fall down on my knees, begging, plead, I need you, I need you. Oh, 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 I need you, my love. You left a scar on my heart, and I don't even know who you are. Whoa, 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 baby, I'm yours. I don't even know who you are. Oh.
Vintage Pictures here in our studio at Texas Public Radio. My name's Nathan Cohn. Thanks so much for being here and watching on the live stream on Facebook. And they have a new EP coming out. That was I Need You. It's the title of their new EP, which is going to be released on August 16th. That's next Thursday at Brick at Blue Star. And guys, I'm monitoring the Facebook feed here, and Noah Espinosa says Southside. On the feed for you. Susan Oliver Hurd has the wave emoji. Karen Trask gives you the heart, and Joseph Gutierrez is thumbs up. So we say hi to everybody watching on Facebook, and if they have a question for the band, please leave it right here. Be happy to ask that. One of the things I like about your sound, and you'll be hearing more of this in a few minutes, is that the lead guitar is often moving up and down the fretboard, very melodic. It's almost like the bands from the 80s that were into layering sounds and rhythms also brought in a melody line as well with that sound. Who have y'all listened to?
Personally, for me, like what I listened to a lot recently has been like Rome Hero Foxes and the Frights a lot. The Frights are really, really cool. I always go back to like my oldies, so like Sunny and the Sunliners and the Royal Jesters and stuff like that. That's really what I listen to a lot.
Yeah, and yourself?
Well, most of my inspiration comes from David Gilmour, the lead guitarist for Pink Floyd. That's where most of my inspiration for my playing comes from.
That's where it's at.
Recently, I've been listening to a lot of like Frank Ocean, more like I guess like indie R&B kind of stuff, and it's kind of been coming into my playing a little bit.
Cool. Well, I noticed that in the studio with us here, and the camera can't capture them, are not only re-referenced, some of your parents are here as well, but also Zach, who is with Lost Records, the label that is going to be putting out your EP.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting, I think, that you guys have somebody who is kind of managing and helping out. That's not really common with a lot of local artists, local bands.
Yeah.
How did you meet Zach, and how did you decide, this is something we need?
So, we met Zach through Jason Valdez from the Lost Project. Shout out to Jason. I love you, man. We met him. We did Free Week at Paper Tiger. So, we did that set. The next day, Jason was like, hey, I really like your sound. You guys want to do a show at Hondros? So we did a show at Hondros. It was Lost Saturdays that the label has at Hondros. And so we met Zach and stuff, and he started to, like, come to know us more and come around more. And finally he was like, we just liked the way he was. And we were like, hey, do you want to help us out, get involved, help with the booking, merch and stuff like that. So that's really where he comes in, and we just had a great time with him. He's been a great guy with us.
Well, I mean, I think it shows, even though, y'all are in high school or just out of it, it shows great maturity that you can recognize, hey, we need the help to do this, and this is a real, asset to us as a group, I think.
Absolutely, and it's been crazy,
So let's hear another tune, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. This one is off the EP. It's called Old School Love. I never thought that I could feel so empty. A bed would be plenty. I never thought that I would be afraid of love. Oh, you came from above. One last chance is all I need. Darling, I'll beg you and plead. Oh, one last chance is all I need. I never thought that I would be afraid of love. Oh, you came from above. I never thought that I could meet somebody like you, but I'll admit I was a fool. One last chance is all I need. Darling, I'll beg you and plead. Oh, one last chance is all I need. One last chance is all I need. Darling, I'll beg you and plead. Oh, one last chance is all I'll need.
All right, that's One Last Chance with Vintage Pictures here in our TPR studios for TPR Live. And I could really hear the Sonny and the Sunliners influence when something
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's totally like a 1960s, early 60s influence on the
Yeah.
tune like that.
Yeah, that was kind of like I got that from "Put Me in Jail," that song. Or
Yeah.
"Talk to Me Too" is also like
Oh, yeah.
great jam.
Fantastic. Yeah, you need to get. Oh man, beautiful. Get some strings on it too. It'll be
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
flute players, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It'd be beautiful. Well, I mean, you've got all these songs about relationships. I mean, who has the biggest relationship challenges in the group? Whose soul is feeding these songs? Yeah.
Oh,
JJ, the broken-hearted one on. Okay. Yeah.
really? It's me. No, yeah, it's not really about. I've experienced a lot of things with different people, of course, meeting new people and stuff, and it's not necessarily about people or experiences I've had. It's more like scenarios that I kind of draw romantic. I'm more fascinated with the idea of love, so that's really where I get it from. So I'll write about, this guy, he messed up, so he was like, hey, come back just one more time. Let me woo you one more time, let's try to work something out. So a lot of the music's about that and writing and stuff. So.
Well, how often do you guys rehearse? You got school going on, obviously. You got a band you together. I mean, like, how do you keep it all together? How do you keep it going?
We practice every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:00 to 9:00, almost. And then recently, actually, it's been like almost every day. Yeah, so every week though. It's every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have shows on the weekends and stuff like that. So we like to maintain ourselves as musicians because we notice ourselves too. Like when you don't keep up with it, man, like it really gets out of your hands. Yeah, your chops go away and stuff. So we have to keep it up, So.
I noticed that in addition to the show at Brick next week on the 16th, that you play often at Imagine Books. They've been good friends to you, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely. As we heard, they've been great. All the Herd family, they've been wonderful people supporting us and helping us out through everything that we've needed. So it's been great with them, guys.
Great.
Love you guys.
Well, let's see here. I want to hear a tune now that I like the sound on this one, which has kind of almost a swing beat to it as well. So where does that come from before we hear this tune, Long Haul?
So before Long Haul, I had a song called Swing, and it was like a really corny, because it was just something to play at Imagine. When we first got our show there, I didn't have any music written down. I didn't have hardly any band members to play with, so I was like, I want to do a show here. He was like, oh, okay, cool. I have a band. He was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, let's shoot you this date. So he gave us a date, July 7th, and I sat down in my room and wrote music and stuff like that. I wrote that song called Swing, and it was like corny, but I was like, no, let me touch it up a little bit. Let me make it like an actual good song about stuff, and it's about. This one's actually about an experience I got. It was about a love letter I got one time, and it was not necessarily oh, this person, oh my God. It was more about my feeling towards it. Man, I feel so great. It's awesome, Someone poured their heart out for me. Not being conceited, but
Oh, come on, you deserve it, right? All right, let's hear it.
All right, cool. Today I woke up to a letter in my mailbox, and oh, my heart was unlocked, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I wonder what took so long for you to realize in my heart you belong. It's always the same, but things have changed. We're in it for the long haul. The letter read you were in love with an angel from above. Oh Lord, you are a dove. And I couldn't believe what I saw. I wonder what took so long for you to realize in your heart I belong. It's always the same, but things have changed. We're in it for the long haul. It's always the same, but things have changed. We're in it for the long haul. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 my love.
Nice. That's
Thank you.
Vintage Pictures here, Long Haul. It's from their new LP, I Need You, which is coming out on the 16th next week. Brick at Blue Star, they're having an EP release party. On Facebook, for more comments for you guys, Erica Sorika says, "Hey Eric, we miss you." And Ashley Saldaña says, "Awesome solo," and gives you the devil horns. And also another heart as well. And then I like this here. Abel Gonzalez says, "This is the most casual I've ever seen any of you. Are the suits at the are the suits at the dry cleaners?
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
What's the story there?"
No, what's it called? We're our set is typically more like we play live. We play more energetic. You know, Gabe's jumping off the stage and on the floor and stuff. Literally. What's it come? Yeah, and we all. I mean, I wear a suit. What's it come? What we do is because me and my brother were third generation musicians. From my grandfather had a band, and my uncles had a band called Los Garcia Brothers. They're the Tejano band. What's it come? And they lived like this style called pachuco. And what's it come? I kind of wanted to do my own take on it, so I just didn't wear a big hat with a big feather on it, and played indie music. So yeah, and yeah, it is at the dry cleaner actually. Yeah.
So we're all casual here in the
Yeah.
TPR. That's nice.
Gotta get
Yeah.
them clean for August 16th. Yeah.
All right. So you have the show coming up next Thursday. Any other plans beyond that we should let people know about, and where else can they find you on Instagram and all the things?
Yeah, you guys can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Our Snapchat's lead somewhere on our Instagram. Yeah, we have our Bandcamps on there too. Where else? That's really about it. You know, soon the EP will be out on Apple Music, Spotify, you know, Google Play, stuff like that. We have shows coming up with Lost Records, the label, some at Luchador, Big Hops, in the months to come, but follow us and we'll let you guys know when those are. I know it's Thursday we have the Brick Show, the EP release, and then Saturday we have Bang Bang Bar.
Nice.
So that's going to be fun, yeah.
All right. Well, you're going to take us out with a cover, I think, but I want to say thanks so much for being here
no
today.
problem.
Really
Thank you very
appreciate
much for having us, man.
meeting you
Really
and hearing your music in person.
For sure. Yeah, I wanted out with this is an original. This one, it's called Bandito.
Oh, an original. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this one's gonna be more hype. All ready?
Yeah.
All right. We're Vintage Pictures, guys. Thank you guys very much. I've been on the run for so long, far from the sun. Oh, my lovely wife, it would surprise you to hear my life of crime. I'm buried alive in my mind all of the time. I walked alone, but not anymore. I wrote things and dreams, night and day, and it was all overseas. If you look outside, they're out to get me. Oh, don't forget the love you see. I'm buried alive in my mind all of the time. I walked alone, but not anymore. I'm buried alive in my mind all of the time. I walked alone, but not anymore.
Vintage Pictures, thanks so much again. This has been TPR Live. Until next time, adios.